Hi everybody, today I will teach you how to build a map chart in Tableau, how to use different options to customize your chart, what are the different components in the marks area, and what is the filter and how to use a filter to filter your data. This is the same data set that we used in the last video, sales data set. I will go to sheet 1 to start building my chart. In general, if you have data set with fields that contain geographical area, this means that you can build a map chart. In this data set, I have different regions like country, city, and others. If I just drag the country and drop it here in the workspace, you can see now the map, and there are small tiny circles. These are the countries that are included in my data, but they are not linked to any data like what are the sales per each country, what are the quantities sold in each country. We can display the map like this, every region with a circle or with a shape, a small shape, or you can use this type of map. I will go to choose this type. From here, we have different options for the map, like zoom in and zoom out to pin the map to avoid moving the map. And from here, I can use this to move the map. What I need now is to display the different sales per each country. I will just hide the show me section so I have a larger area to show my map. And then I will go to sales and drag it over the map. Now I can see the circles, the sizes are different now. The larger the size, the higher the sales. And here is like sum of sales, a legend that explains which size refer to which amount of sales or which sum of sales. As you can see, as the circle becomes bigger, it means that the sum of sales is bigger. You can use the size to increase these circles, increase the size of these circles. And you can see we still have size variation depending on the amount of sales. If I need the map to have different colors according to the amount of sales, I will drag the sales and place it over the color in the marks section. Now you can see there is a gradient blue color. The deeper the color, the higher the sales amount, and the lighter the color is the smaller the sales amount. If we need to choose many colors, we change the color scale from color, edit colors, and then you have many preset color scales. You can choose any and then close it. Now the color scale is changed. As you go towards the red color, it means lower sales. As you go towards the gray color, the deep gray color, it means higher sales. I will go back to color, edit colors. If I need to choose my own color, I'll choose custom diverging. And then from here, I can choose the color for the start point. Maybe I can use this green color. And from here, I can choose the color for the end point. Maybe this color. And from here, you can set what are the start, medium, and end point regarding the amount of sales. If I choose customer, I can change the value of the sum of sales, which means if I change it to 50,000, for example, it means that 50,000 will have the deepest green. and you can adjust the other values in the same way. I will make it back to automatic, and then I will close it. The darker the green color, the lower the sales. If you point to any circle, it will give you a tooltip stating the country and sales of this point. What if I need to add extra information for this tooltip? Like, for example, the order, the quantity, or the quantity ordered. I will go to the quantity order, drag it, and place it on the tooltip. If you go here, now you can see the quantity ordered together with the country and sales. You also have the option to change the order of this information. For example, you may need to get country sales, then the quantity ordered. Also, you have the option to change the formatting. How can I do that? If you go to tooltip, now you can see the text that is selected or highlighted with a greater and included between a greater than and small than marks or symbols. This means that it will take data from the table. The naked text means that this is a fixed text. I can change the text, like for example, I need to change the word, the quantity order, and apply the short form. I also need to take this quantity order to place it under the sales. So I will cut and then paste it under the sales. I want to change the formatting of the country. For example, I need to make it 12 bold and blue. Then okay. The formatting now appear in the tooltip. Also, you can add labels, so you can label every circle so you can see information below or inside the circle. If you need to do that, drag the information that you need to add to the circle and then place it on the label. For example, I want to add the country. I will drag it over the label. Now you can see the country below each point. You can also place the sales in the label. Now you can see the country and sales. The same, you can click on label, and besides the text, this three dots button will allow you to change the formatting. You can change the order of the information, like to put the country after the sum of sales or the sum of sales before the country. You can also select the text that you want and format them. I will set this to bold and then okay. If you need to place the text on the circle from alignment, you can, for example, set it to horizontal alignment to center and vertical alignment to middle. And you can also change the direction of the text. We can zoom in more so we can see the circles and the information. From the size, you can go and increase the size to make it clearer. As you can see, there are different symbols beside each field here. These symbols mean that this is color, which means the color is distributed according to the sales. This T means label, which means inside the label we have country and sum of sales. This icon means detail, which means data represented in the graph is country. This symbol is for size, which means that sales is displayed in terms of sizes of the circles, and this is for the tooltip. Also from here, you can choose the way you display your chart on the map, maybe line, maybe area, maybe shape, maybe square. So you can choose the one that you prefer. I will choose by. These options are used in the same way in the different types of a chart. Like if you use bar chart, you can also use the size color to distribute the size and the color in terms of a data or amount of data you have. Now I need to add filters to filter my data depending on specific field or more than one field in my data set. For example, I want to filter by country, so I will drag country here to the filter. And once you drag anything to the filter, you can see now the filter of this field. You can use none to blank all of them and then select the countries that you want to display only, and then OK. From here, you can edit your filter. For example, I need to not to show these countries, but to exclude them. In this case, I will check exclude, which means all the countries will be displayed on the map except these 3 countries. Then I'll go back, edit filter. I'll check exclude and select all, then OK. From here also I can show the filter, so I can display it here, and then I can choose what I need to display. You can also choose, for example, another field to filter, like the year. Now I filter on the country and the year, both of them. And we can use them the same way. I will show the filter for the year. And now, for example, if I need to display only this year, or this year, or display them all. If you need to remove a filter, you can just drag and drop here. What if I need to add not only the country, but also the city? You can simply drag the city from here. To the map. I will add the sales to the size again. I want to display the city. I will drag the city to the label. Now you can see when I zoom out, you can see the country, sales, and city. If I want to add the label at the bottom or below my point, I will go back to labels. I can choose, for example, center and bottom, or I can choose top. I can click any point, and then from these options, I can keep this point or this country only from keep only, or exclude this country and display the other. That's all for today, guys. Thank you so much. I will see you next video.